Today we're gonna play Prehistoric Kingdom. This is the first episode of our series about Prehistoric Kingdom. So far, our first exhibit was the dinosaurs exhibit. They're so cute. Oh, dinosaurs are named because they lived in forests, in prehistoric forests.
They originally inhabited forested areas
And
of
also
the late
Nigel
Jurassic,
is gonna
with
tell
their
you.
name literally translating to tree lizard. I
I
wonder
wonder
if
if they bark. No, they don't. They just make cute squeaking noises. So, we have another animal. It was actually the first animal we gave birth to. She is Espresso the Gallimimus. He was living in this temporary habitat, but we're gonna build a new exhibit, the Gobi Desert. First, I need to make the sign so guests know that they're in that exhibit. It's gonna be themed around the Gobi Desert, which existed millions of years ago. Text or font. Font. Go. What is that font? Evil Empire. Go. Gob. Gobi. Da. Oh. Tree. Let's select all of it. Now let's move it. I like to move it. I like to move it. Let's move it. What a big mistake from humanity. That's the wrong button. So this is the right button to move it. You can move it around. Like a gyroscope. Why does it have to go B? Put it over here. Blue. Now move it up here. Oh no. Let's move it again. Let's make it straight as that. Let's make it straight. Here's the Gobi Desert sign. The Gobi Desert sign is here. So let's let's start the exhibit. So what path should we use? Let's use this one because it fits our theme. Actually, I know the best path. Let's use the stone path. So our first animal we're gonna build an exhibit is for the velociraptors. So first we need to see. Should I use a workshop item or I make the habitat? Actually, never mind. I will make it. The lower terrain tool is used to lower terrain. I haven't played this game in ages. Oh, here is the exhibit. Here's the velociraptor exhibit. It's supposed to be a desert exhibit because velociraptors lived in deserts of China and Mongolia. We're gonna use desert sand. How about let's use desert grass? Actually, let's use that. No, not desert rock. Let's use desert sand. It really fits with the theme of the Gobi Desert exhibit. It's gonna be a sandy desert. So here's the Velociraptor exhibit. So first we need to put the fences. I'm gonna make the fences out of fine terrazzo concrete. Okay, that's a bad idea. Oh, how about I use an existing thing like a concrete wall. And for the fence for the guests to see, we're gonna use this basic cable fence. Since I lowered the terrain, it would be hard for the velociraptors to escape. So we put this fence again, the concrete fence. So let's put this, so let's add the path. And over here oh no, place split stone path. Too high. What is stupid? Maybe I should make the Velociraptor exhibit bigger. Bigger exhibit equals more space. Let's add the sand again to get that whole desert vibe. To get the whole desert vibe. So let's add the sand again. The sand really adds the desert vibe. How many times have I said the sand adds the desert vibe? At least a lot of times. So we add the cable fence since I made the habitat a little bigger. I know a way to prevent the raptors from escaping. It's because we don't have any Owen Grady here. We don't have somebody to train the raptors. Because who needs a raptor trainer? It's because it's already a terrible idea to train raptors. They will rather kill you. So first we have to add their shelter. The shelter, they're actually gonna have like 2 shelters. First I need to add the meat pit. The meat pit is where the let me make it deep so I can add a lot of aesthetic. Actually, that's too deep. This is good. And over here we put the oasis. We can't change the size. This is gonna be the oasis. It's not really an oasis. Okay, that's a big shelter. By the way, I would put like 2 shelters. One over here and also a big one. Like this rock. I'm trying to get the whole desert vibe. Because this exhibit is based on the Gobi Desert in China and Mongolia. And also we need a nest so our raptors can make babies. Actually, let's put it here. And we need a nest for the Drysauruses. And the dinosaurs are supposed to lay eggs in there. They're supposed to lay eggs in here. So for the Dryosaurus nest, I'm gonna put it over here in a safe spot. For the raptors, I'm gonna uh, I'm gonna put for the desert Gondwana drylands. Actually, that doesn't fit the theme. Because velociraptors didn't live in Gondwana, which is what we now know as Africa, South America, Africa, South America, India, Antarctica, and Australia. They lived in Asia, specifically Mongolia and China. So, so if you're so if you're from China, you probably live on the same soil that raptors used to live on. And where are the rocks? Oh, I haven't played this game in ages, so it's probably gonna be pretty hard. We're gonna use these rocks to prevent the raptors from escaping, because if the raptors try escaping, well, it's gonna take a lot to catch them. And also, velociraptors are killing machines, so this is why you should be scared of them. Because first, raptors are killing machines. Second, raptors are killing machines. Third, raptors are killing machines. Fourth, raptors are killing machines. 5 raptors are killing machines. 6 raptors are killing machines. 7 raptors are killing machines. 8 raptors are killing machines. 9 raptors are killing machines. 10 raptors are killing machines. They're designed to kill. They're designed to kill. I just checked if I was actually recording, because sometimes I forget that I'm recording, even though I am recording. So let's add this fence. Let's add the high security fence, so stupid guests don't decide, hey, I want to go feed the raptors. Let's add the raptors, by the way. The raptors. I put some baby raptors so you can stare at them like, oh. Fun fact, velociraptors had feathers. Let me put a baby. Warning, your heart might melt if you see the baby raptors. Warning, your heart might melt. Here's a baby velociraptor.
Here comes the speedy thief,
Nigel's gonna tell you.
By far the most popular feature of Velociraptor is its sickle-shaped killing claw. One of our interpreters loves to carry a replica.
They had a sickle-shaped killing claw.
It always seems to make a big impression.
Like and subscribe if you think this baby Velociraptor is cute. I really badly want to get more subscribers so I can make more videos about this. Here we have an adult Velociraptor. If you see, they have feathers that cover all of its body. And also they have a beak. Jurassic Park really lied to us about these killing machines. Oh no, they're gonna escape. Let me prevent them. So first we need to add it. Well, here's my plan. So we need to add this. So we need to add a rock. And second, we have to move the raptors that are trapped inside the rock. Here, raptor. You're safe now. Where's the second raptor? He's also trapped in there. Oh, hi, second raptor. Here's where you belong. Let me put you in your shelter. And also the velociraptors. Fun fact, velociraptors in Jurassic Park are much bigger than their real-life counterparts. The velociraptors in Jurassic Park are actually based on Deinonychus, a much larger relative of Velociraptor that came from North America. And also, this is their food. If you knew the fact, velociraptors are carnivores. We all know that. So we gave them a lot of meat. And if you have the best eyesight, you could probably see these cracked eggshells with eggs inside it. Because velociraptors ate eggs from other dinosaurs like oviraptors and protoceratops. And if you were smart like me, you probably know that oviraptor took care of their babies, and they were fatted just like velociraptors. They're close relative. I think we have to go back to espresso. Our Gallimimus. So he's right here. So our second exhibit is for the Psittacosaurus. I think the Psittacosaurus and Protoceratops should share a habitat together. Let's put a canopy. Let's put this. Let's put a canopy like this, so our guests can have some shade during the hot summer days. And also we need some. And also we need an education stand so our guests can know what they're looking at. So here is our education sign. It's gonna say Velociraptor on it. And it's gonna teach guests all about the Velociraptors. Fun fact, guests in this game can translate lorem ipsum into facts about Velociraptor. Like over here, it says lorem ipsum dolor Saint Amat. It just says lorem ipsum. Oh, Bronco. Discovered in Mongolia. And over here we see a picture. So on the other side, we're gonna build an exhibit for the Protoceratops and Psittacosaurus, and also guests from this restaurant can watch. So first, let's get rid of these trees. We're gonna prepare for our next exhibit for another species of dinosaur. So first, let's add the barriers. So over here we have the cable fence. It's a short fence that's designed to give guests the best view of dinosaurs without having to stand behind a huge glass. And over. Okay. Okay, so here we're gonna put some more stuff. Well, we're just creating the barriers. So here's the barriers. So over here. So here we should add the gate. A lot of people are coming into this exhibit. But we're still planning this. So we need to sync the terrain. Let me make it a little smaller. Actually, it doesn't need to be that deep. It's a little too deep. That's okay. So, over here, we're gonna lower the terrain so our Protoceratops and Psittacosaurus don't escape. And over here, we lower the terrain so there can be a natural barrier between the humans and the dinosaurs. So here we're gonna put the sand. So over here. We're gonna put something for that. So we're gonna put a few shelters. We're gonna put 2 nests for both species. And also 2 shelters. Actually, I would put this there. Let me add some more stuff. Actually, I'm not doing this. I think this is a real fish. Actually, it's a fish-shaped feeder. It's a fish-shaped feeder. Let me put termite mound. A termite mound for our insectivorous Psittacosaurus. And over here we have the feeder, which is designed for the Psittacosaurus. And also, we need to put some. We have to put some plants. And over here we put our dinosaurs. So here
now this little
we have a Psittacosaurus.
Just like other ceratopsians,
Psittacosauruses
is
were
a
tiny,
but its sharp
and also
beak
they were
and
built
simple
for
jaws
speed.
are better suited to tough plant material such as nuts.
These dinosaurs are pretty speedy. They're so speedy that they might escape. Actually, it's a terrible idea. I forgot the rock barrier because I always do. No, I always forget stuff.
Oddly enough, this animal lacks a lot of the more complex facial features seen in larger family members, like a certain 3-horned celebrity.
And also here, we put the rocks the rocks. Oh, grog, grog, me eat rocks because I do. Because me does eat rocks. Me does eat rocks. Because I eat rocks and you eat rocks. Me eat rocks, you eat rocks. We eat rocks like because us are cavemen. Cavemen eat rocks. Rocks eat cavemen. And we're still adding the rock barrier even after forever and ever and ever and ever. We added a rock barrier, Oodle. Okay, so here our Deanosauruses. Our Deanosauruses are okay now. So over here we have a Protoceratops. These guys were prey for the Velociraptors. So if you dump this guy into the Velociraptor habitat, the Velociraptors will eat him up like a midnight snack. That's why you shouldn't feed dinosaurs to other dinosaurs, especially the big and scary ones. So, let me check if I'm recording. Oh, I am recording. Sometimes I forget that I'm recording, but I'm always recording. And also I have two Tarbosauruses. This is not even the beginning of our exhibit. I need to clear up more space for our Tarbosaurus habitat. The Tarbosauruses are gonna have a huge habitat. Actually, we might be moving Espresso. Well, this is Espresso's temporary habitat, which means he's only gonna stay here for a short period of time. So let me get some other Gallimimuses to stay with Espresso. Actually, Espresso is gonna go in here. I'm gonna use this skin so I can tell the difference between. And over here, let me add the space. Toilet. Let me add this thing. Let me add the predator prey habitat between the Tarbosaurus and the Gallimimus. Because the Tarbosaurus hunted Gallimimus. Because these guys, let's add the rock. Let's add the barrier first. Shelter. Actually, I would rather put this. I would put this between both exhibits. This is supposed to be a shelter. It looks pretty good. And over here, we're gonna put our thingies. And over here. And over here. we're gonna put the stuff. And also I need to make the barrier between, instead of using the desert, I'm gonna use the grassland since the ancient the ancient version of that, because the ancient grasslands, oh, because there used to be grasslands back then, and also Gallimimus lives in them. So I'm gonna put Laurasian open flats. And first, we're gonna have to lower. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to lower the temperature. We have to We have to lower this. We're gonna make 2 islands.
You're playing a dangerous game, bro. A dangerous game. School is not that boring for you if you doing stuff like this, bro. I'll never understand.
So here we have a river. And over here we have to put this. We have to make, so I'm gonna call this the predator, or I'm gonna call this the Eco Canyon. That's a cool name. And over here, this is it. And also, I think should I use rock or desert rock, since we're building a desert exhibit. Okay, over here. And also I need to smooth the terrain. So it can feel more smooth. And over here, we're gonna put the grass. The grassland grass. But I'm actually gonna use tropical grass, because I am gonna. It reminds me of a grassland. And over here. Okay, so here we have the plant dish. And over here we have the meat dish. also I'm gonna add some plant, some a dry savanna. Since we're in Asia, since we're doing the Gobi Desert exhibit, I'm gonna add these Laurasian these plants. So over here we're gonna add the rocks. This exhibit is gonna be huge. It's probably since I'm making a predator prey habitat, you know, I like making those kind of stuff. I done that before in Planet Zoo. Like I separated the two but one time I separate. This happened in Planet Zoo. Like one time, I separated two exhibits by using by I actually separate. I didn't. I actually didn't separate predators and prey. Instead, I separated meerkats and armadillos. If you saw my OK Zoo video, you probably seen it because that's where I showed it to all of you, all of you. And over here. And over here. And over here, we're gonna put some rocks. And also we're gonna add a fence because, why not? We need a physical barrier between the humans and the dinosaurs. So we're adding it. And also this is gonna be and also I'm pretty sure the guests are gonna like this. I know how confused the guests are gonna be when they see this cliff, and then they're gonna find out that it's a barrier between the Gallimimuses and Tarbosauruses. I'm never even thinking about putting a bridge between them, because if you put a bridge between them, you know what you get. The Tarbosauruses start chasing the Gallimimuses. And over here, we need to separate the enclosure between the two species. So they're actually gonna share a habitat for some reason. Actually, no, they're never sharing a habitat. So let's add them. There's gonna be they actually share a habitat, even though it's a predator prey habitat. And over here we have the Gallimimuses. I know they're gonna try going to the other side. So let me add a physical barrier. And over here, we have the Tarbosaurus and Gallimimus exhibit. I don't think they're trying to escape. don't think any of the animals are gonna escape. La 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 la. And over here we have the exhibit. So this, raise your hand if, like and subscribe if you like how I built it. First I need to put the education signs. Let's add it. So we're gonna add it. Should I tell facts about these dinosaurs? Yes or no? I think we have to move espresso. Hey espresso, I think you need to move. Here is where he belongs. I separated them, and also the gallimimuses don't realize that there's a barrier between the two. Same for the tarbosauruses. The tarbosauruses are I think that they're in the same habitat as them. If you want to learn about these dinosaurs, I'm gonna tell you facts. So gallimimuses lived in grasslands of Mongolia and China. Gallimimuses
tend to find the toothless beak of Gallimimus
these guys were omnivores, which means they ate mostly plants, but sometimes they would eat insects. So I should give them an insect feeder due to being omnivorous. So over here we're gonna put the insectivorous. We're gonna put the insectivorous feeder inside. And tarbosauruses are carnivores. Gallimimuses could grow up to 8 meters long and 4 meters tall. They were theropods, which means they walked on two legs, and these guys are closely related to birds. You can see by their bird-like appearance. They have a beak just like birds, and also they have feathers. And over here we have espresso. Like the video if you think he's cute. And now let's talk about the Tarbosaurus. Tarbosaurus is
the apex predator.
They were the apex predators of the Nemex formation, the Tarbosaurus. They lived alongside all of these dinosaurs in the exhibit. They hunted down many predators like the Gallimimus and also other. They hunted down omnivorous dinosaurs like the Gallimimus, and also they hunted down some herbivorous dinosaurs. And also they lived alongside some large herbivores, like the one that I can't pronounce its name. Tarbosaur, as you can see from their appearance, Tarbosauruses looked very similar to T-Rex because they were actually the closest relatives. At one point they were called Tyrannosaurus bataar because back in the 1950s these Soviet scientists discovered these fossils of Tyrannosaurus, so they named it Tyrannosaurus bataar. But later scientists found out that these guys had a few differences from the T-Rex. The main difference was that they were a little bit smaller than the T-Rex. So they gave them a name just as great as Tyrannosaurus, Tarbosaurus, the apex predators of the Nemegt Formation. These guys are basically the Asian version of T-Rex. Back in the day, these dinosaurs lived together in the Nemegt Formation. The Nemegt Formation. Actually, one more thing. I think these Gallimimuses are trying to escape. So let's prevent them. So over here, we're gonna see if they're gonna try escaping. If they cross this canyon, we're already doomed. How about let's sink it deeper so they can get Spookadook, so they don't have to escape. And over here we have Espresso, and also one of them is named Latte. Well, like the video if you think Espresso is cute. I think he's cute. Espresso is probably gonna be the mascot of this zoo, since he was the first animal ever given birth by the zoo.
The feathers of a Gallimimus are remarkably similar to those
Ostriches.
of modern ostriches.
Their feathers are
Thankfully,
very
they don't
similar
seem to have the
to,
same habit
to
of
modern day
displaying them to their
ostriches.
keepers
Their
as
name,
modern ostriches do.
their name Gallimimus means chicken mimic, because if you look closely, it's because their bones look very similar to chickens, and also they are related to chickens, so also makes sense why they were named that. So I like Latte. Actually, Latte is allowed to stay inside. But I think he's more of an outdoor guy. Let's take a tour of the zoo so far. So over here we have the Dryosaurus. If you look closely, you would see him over there. And also, let's take a tour of the Gobi Desert to see how good it is. So over here, we have the Velociraptor exhibit. The Velociraptors are just chilling. I don't know why I tried zooming in. I think it's because I'm used to the Wayne Planet Zoo. And over here, we have the Protoceratops and Psittacosaurus, a shared habitat. I know I had to put them together because why not? They love to be together. And over here we have the Gallimimus enclosure. But I can see Espresso over there. He's white. How about that black one? He's the ugly Gallimimus sling. And if you look from far away, it looks like that there's no a barrier, even though there is. I don't know why I'm really good at doing this. It's because I'm experienced with Planet Zoo, and also I've been to real zoos like Detroit Zoo, which do the same thing with their dinosaurs. And over here we have the canyon. the Prehistoric Canyon. I call it the Gobi Canyon. And if you go through the humans, you'll get a terrifying view of their eyes. I need a terrifying view. That's creepy. So our Tarbosaurus, he's over here. So Tarbosaurus is really a big attraction. But Espresso is the most popular one. So Espresso is known for living in a pit. And over here we have the king of the Nemegt formation. Oh, the Gallimimuses are safe. But there's no inside ones. There are only like outdoor sources. They're more of outdoor dinos. And over here we have the king, Espresso. He was basically the main character of this entire video. Hi, Espresso. He's kinda adorable. And also, don't forget this. I had to name it Rudafoo. That's a ridiculous name. And also one more thing.